my name is Jason Hansen. I finished top 32 at this weekend's past Houston Regional. I finished in 31st, so barely made the cut-in. I went 7-2. I beat Kashtira twice. I beat Branded. I beat Labyrinth. I beat Makonko. I beat Dark Magician. I beat Sword Soul. I think those are all the ones. I may be missing one. My only losses were against Dragon Link round 1. We were in game 3. I probably should have had it, but he top decked a late game Dark Roller. Not much you can do at that point. And then I lost to Sword Soul. I misplayed badly one game. That loss is on me. I deserved that one. Started out 2 wins, 2 losses, but I was able to go 5 wins to round out the rest of the tournament to get my spot. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to Eddie. Thank you for letting me be on the channel. I've been a fan for a long time. You know, I've been a big supporter of you. I want to give a shout out to Miles Valentino. He's been a guy in the community who's been really giving me a lot of advice and helping push me to be the best that I can be. And then also I want to give a shout out to Brian. Thank you for letting me borrow the Spright core for the tournament. It was much appreciated. Let's go ahead and get into the deck profile. All right, guys, starting out with the main deck, we'll go with our Spright engine. Of course, we're going to have the 3 blue. It's the starter of the deck. It's the best card. It's, you know, the card that gets everything going. You get your search, lets you get into jet, lets you build off the rest of your combo. Opening blue is always something you want to see in your first hand. It always means that you're going to be able to build further compared to some of the other names. Next, we have 3 jet. Once again, standard. Jet's going to be your searcher. You don't open blue. You can go into jet, search starter. I usually don't do that unless maybe I'm going second. When I'm using jet, I'm always going to search double cross. I'll explain that later in the combo. Double cross is crazy. Double cross is probably my favorite card in the entire deck. I went with 2 Spright reds. I think 2 is a good number. I don't want to go 3 bodies on it. You don't want, you know, these don't extend your combos anything. These are what you're wanting to search into to get your later negates, help build your board up. I think 2 red is nice. 2 red was a good number. I went only with 1 carrot. I think 1 carrot was fine. It's searchable, so in any situation that I needed a spell or trap negate or I wanted that on the board, you know, I could always use blue effect, go into carrot. So if I already had jet or if I already had the spell or trap I need, you know, carrot came really in handy against Branded and Kashtira today. Use carrot on the Theosis, use carrot on the Branded Fusion, use carrot on the Branded and Red. You know, there's a lot of good viable options here. Really good, hit the field spell. Sent a ranker link 2 a couple times, sent Melffy of the Forest, got some pops there, that was nice. Going into the Spright spell and traps, starter at 2. We were running this at 3, but after the new ban list, I cut it down to 2. Spright started at 2 is still a joke. Deck is still fully alive and well. 3rd copy doesn't matter. You can still open this card a lot, at this tournament. You can always go jet into starter if you need it, or if you open blue, blue search jet, jet search starter. So, you know, you always have a way to get it to it consistently. Getting it to 2 wasn't that bad of a power creep. Next, Spright Double Cross. My favorite card in the entire deck. For users that don't know, you can target a monster on the field, on either player's field, or in either player's graveyard. Do some crazy shenanigans with it, special summon it to a zone that a Link 2 points to. So with Sprint, attach it to one of my rank 2s as Xyz material. So, you know, I have Gigantic Spright, Melffy of the Forest. This card came up a lot for me today. It's essential in my main combo for getting a second Omni negate. It helped me out against some Bystials. I was able to use this to rob their target from the graveyard, so that helped me out a lot. Good interruption, just being able to, like, you know, I went up against a Branded player, normal summon Fallen of Albaz, activate Double Cross, attach it as a rank 2 material, therefore I'm not even having to worry about its fusing off with anything because it's not there anymore. Double Cross is crazy. A lot of people didn't know what it did. That shocked me. I feel like people should be worrying about this card a lot more. Once again, I don't want to open many copies of it. Opening the 1 of is fine because then that actually gives you the option to use your jet to search starter to get a bigger board, so you're not having to waste a search on double cross, but 1 is fine. I don't think you need any more than that. Smashers, I was iffy on running this card. I might actually take it out. I don't think I used it a single time today. Never searched it, didn't sing it to a point where I really needed it. I think I may have used it once actually yesterday, and even then that was just test playing, I think, before the tournament. I don't think I ever resolved this in the tournament once. And then Gamma Burst, best going second card in the deck. Break boards, use Gamma Burst, give all your little rank level Link 2s 1400 attack boost. Nothing's more satisfying than having a body of all your little sprites and then maxing out their attack. You know, it goes really, really well. it was nice. It was nice. Now, this technically isn't Spright engine, but probably the best Spright card in the game. Nimble Beaver, 3 of. Open this card going first almost every single game. Absolutely nice. Beaver by itself is full combo, essentially. Beaver Blue is even better. Beaver Blue was absolutely insane. Most games going first, I think I opened Beaver Blue, which honestly isn't fair to most people because the full combo of this deck is pretty awful. I run Angler at 2. I think that's pretty standard in this build. Why Angler at 2 instead of 1? That way, if you top deck 1, it's still live in your deck to send with Sprind. And then also, when you're doing your full combo and you top deck a Beaver, you don't want to summon a second Beaver with the Beaver effect. You want to summon one of these Anglers. And so that way, whenever you go into Sprind later, you can send your second Angler and you still have your 2 Beaver bodies to summon. And that is essential for when you're trying to build your final board. Let's go ahead and move into some of the non-engine cards. Let me get these out of the way. Alright, so now going into our non-Spright engine cards. First off, we're starting with Ibley. Ibley was insane today. I don't think anybody was really prepped for it. Nobody had Lingaribo in their side deck, their extra decks. I don't think anybody is really, this format. Not a lot of people are Ibleying, which I think is nuts. Even the people that weren't running Lingaribo today, they were having a hard time outing it. One guy was able to link it off into a Nightmare Phoenix with another normal summon. But other than that, 9 times out of 10, almost every time this card came up, they went straight to battle, crashed into Sprind, took 1400, and then began making their turn in main phase 2. But at that point, just summoning this card to their field basically skipped their main phase and burned them for 1400 and prevented them from, doing any damage to me that turn. So Ibley was nuts. There was a couple games Ibley just won me right out, but a lot of times it was able to divert them from their combos enough that I was able to accomplish what I needed to accomplish or stall them long enough. Next, non-engine, I think we're going to be getting into hand traps. 3 Droll. A lot of people told me to take Droll out. I figured there was still a good enough chance that I think today was going to come in handy. I think I only resolved it once today. Didn't really do much for me. There weren't a lot of decks that I played that were super surge heavy. No mirrors, nothing like that. No main super heavy. So this card may take out, may change. 3 Ash. Ash is nuts. I think Ash is good this format. One of the best hand traps. Just being able to kill search, kill a summon, things like that. Ash won me a few games today just as an additional interruption. I would open Beaver Blue, which is full combo. Have an Ash in hand, additional disruption. It was really nice for me today. 3 Pot of Prosperity. Prosperity's nice. Additional searches. Don't like to see it going second as much. Really like to see it going first. Almost cost me a game because I forgot about the half life point damage off of it, but I was able to come through. Not too bad. 3 Imperm. Imperm is nice. I don't know what else there is to say about Imperm that isn't already said. It's a great card. Good negate. Doesn't set off thrust. Doesn't set off tactics. 3 Book of Moon. Book of Moon was absolutely insane for me today. I opened Book of Moon a lot. Having this as an additional interruption to my full board was insane. Book of Moon might have been one of my MVPs today. Good against Cash. Good against Sword Soul. This was able to stop a lot of things in their track. This really, really helped me in the Cashtera matchup today. I saw it right when I needed to. Called By. I haven't resolved Called By in months, but at the tournament it showed up big for me. I top decked this card going like 3 or 4 times going first. Saved me from like 2 or 3 Ash Blossoms. One time it didn't do much for me. This actually won me my match against Labyrinth because late in game 3 he tried to hit me with Coup Clock. To activate a spell that he had just set, Called By the Coup Clock, gave me just enough leeway to come through in game 3. Triple Tack, kind of was filling space with this card. Didn't really see it today, didn't really resolve it. No, it would have helped if it did. Getting into our little Melffy engine here, we have Caddy and Penny. These are the only 2 Melffy cards we run in the main deck, essential to the main combo. These 2 cards by themselves plus 1 other card in the extra deck gives us 2 Omni Negates and an Imperm plus some Disruption. Melffy cards are nuts. And then Kurikara. Kurikara won me a game against Cashtera today. What can I say about Kurikara? Kurikara is nuts. I run one in the main, I run one more on the side. Going second, this is always a card to see. I opened Curry Kara and Dark Ruler one game, which was kind of, beats around the point a little bit, but no, Curry Kara is insane. Putting these up. Next, we will get into the extra deck. All right, going into the extra deck, we have 2 Sprint. Pretty standard. I don't usually go into the second Sprint very often. Usually the first Sprint is fine. Only time I ever go into the second one is if the first one gets in-permed and I hit this later game. Usually after you do your first send on Angler, if you do full combo, Sprint's kind of dead. Sending you a level 2 isn't going to get you very far. The second Sprint's nice, sending it off Prosp. We have Gigantic, 2 Gigantics. First thing I go into in the main combo. I don't know what other else this is about Gigantic Spright. Let's get you your summon. This is how you get Ibly to the field consistently. You get to Gigantic, have Gigantic and Blue or Jet on the field, summon Ibly, link off Blue and Ibly into Sprint, chain link 1 Ibly, chain link 2 Sprint, chain block the Ibly so that way it goes through. Next we have our Melffy cards. We have Melffy of the Forest, central in our combo. This is what gets us the search into Caddy. This is what gives us the imperm whenever Caddy bounces. Really nice. You're going up against Kashtira, summon Unicorn, Caddy effect, bounce Caddy, search Penny, chain link 1 Penny, chain link 2 Melffy of the Forest, negate it and make it to where their Kashtira monster can't attack, they can't search, that kind of stalls them. Marry Melffy, another Melffy body. Didn't really use this today, but however, in some situations, it can be good removal. Going second, bounce some cards back to hand. Herald of Arclight, our Omni Negate. This is, the whole Melffy engine gets us to this card right here. You'd use Penny effect when you bounce Caddy, Synchro Caddy, and Penny into Herald. Get an Omni Negate. Use Double Cross, bounce back to Herald of Arclight to the Sprint, or the zone that Sprint points to. Get yourself a second Omni Negate, because it's not once per turn. Double Zeus. Went into Zeus like once today. Felt like 2 was a safer number. However, most situations I ended up locking myself into 2s with Gigantic Spright because I needed a combo. Didn't really need a Zeus play that much. One game, Zeus came in handy. But the other time I summoned Zeus was in the game that I lost to Dragon Link. He, baited me into using my Zeus. That didn't go very well. However, win some, we lose some. Nightmare Cerberus and Nightmare Phoenix. Good removal cards. Cerberus was really good for locals for me this week. I didn't really use it today or yesterday. Nightmare Phoenix helped me out. I was able to get rid of a TC that locked me into Thunders. So, that card hurts my deck pretty badly, but Phoenix thankfully is a good out to that. Soul Sweeper, good removal going second. Banish a monster on the field until your opponent's deck end phase. Helps clear a board for Gamma Burst Beatdown, always nice. Ninja Shadow Mosquito, good additional card going first. I didn't really use it today as much. Most of the time I just left out Carrot or Red with an additional Sprite body just to have another negate on the field. Underworld Goddess, put her right here. Underworld Goddess, didn't really use her today. However, this card has come up clutch for me many times. It's a great way to get some good removal of a monster that's troubling you on your opponent's side of the field. Spright can get up a lot of little bodies and gain a lot of value with this card. And then Downard to help shift into a bigger Zeus. Once again, Downard didn't come into play as much today because I didn't go into Zeus very much. But yeah, this was the extra deck. I think the ratios are good. I may fiddle with the Zeus at 2 of, but other than that, no. I think it did really good for me today. And then we will go ahead and get into the side deck. All right, and for the side deck, Duster, removal. Don't know what needs to be said about that. Really good, especially against Lab. Helped me out one game. Cosmic, some more additional removal. Extra copy of Curry Kara. Like I said, going second, put that in. It's a card I want to see in a lot of matchups. Grave of the Super Ancient. This card's nuts. Card's insane. Guaranteed. This game got me both my game 3 against Kashtira and Branded. It was nuts. Basically shuts their deck off. 3 anti-spell. Good going first. Kind of hurt me a little bit late game. I'm thinking about maybe tweaking that, maybe taking that out for something else. However, it's good when it works. It's bad when it doesn't. 2 Nib. Never sided it in once today. May replace it with something else. Good card when it goes off, but I didn't need it. And then 3 Dark Ruler No More. Dark Ruler's nuts, helped me win a couple matches, turning the board into nothing basically. It's a good time.
Thank you for making it to the end of the video. Don't forget to check out Dank Rituals. Their link will be down in the description. Also, you guys should definitely join my Facebook group. I have a lot of really cool updates and a lot of really good information that you guys might want to keep up with about giveaways and whatnot on there. Also, please guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I would like for you guys to turn on that bell notification as well. I would like to grow my percentage of subbed and not subbed from 20% higher. I would really appreciate that. And don't forget to like, comment, share. You already know, guys. Appreciate y'all very much, and I'll see y'all in the next video.